Hey guys, so it's Chaship up here, my first ever YouTube video on the PvE server. So, spoiler warning, we're going to be doing 4 Gunners Aphelios here, but before we get into that, we're just picking out our portals, the Doing Pool, Hard Form, and the new Extra Con portal. Personally, I really like this portal, it's really good reroll. I'm a big lover of reroll, but today we're just playing portal. Not really trying to reroll it, but we're trying to get this portal though. Definitely trying to get the portal. So, I've seen a lot of people saying that Organos of Focus is just not that good right now. So I just wanted to give it a try. A lot of calendar players and like high rated players are just like really putting it down, like really bad. So like I'm really trying to give it a try. So nothing really special here. Just doing like I'm just watching my past self play right now. I'm just trying to get an idea of it. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a gold card. So we're sitting on a Jinx via Aphelios. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, I'm gonna do 4 Gunners. So see the Shinx, see the Graves. I'm keeping the Aphelios high. I'm trying to decide if I want to get rid of them yet. Just hop to play the Poppy instead. Still debating if I want to get rid of these. Probably should sell them. Definitely should sell them. Go ahead. Yeah, there we go. Hey, everybody. Gonna sell these, buy everything in the shop. Yep, organize them, figure out what you want to do. So only belt tier. So this looks like a redemption. So we don't have any damage item starts yet. Kind of sucks, but it's not that big a deal. I'm still very confused, not knowing that I'm gonna actually do Gunners yet. Trying to figure it out. There we go. Finally, here it goes. That's my strongest board right now. Gunners, um, Red Knight and Poppy have 2 kills. And thinking about the 2 kills, thinking about the Red Knight, trying to figure out what I want to do with it, bounce him around. Yeah, why is it relevant? So just remember thinking this story, like, I guess I'm playing Gunners, not really sure. I'm like, do I want to open this? Just remove her, some gold. So hopefully I saw all these make sense. I do. Awesome. Keep the Poppy and I keep the kill. Keeping the Poppy just because I have the Ioli on the board. So I'm just thinking like, okay, Gunner. I'm thinking something about Bridgewater. So I get Titanic Strength, Pandora's items, and pumping up. Definitely rolling the first second, taking pumping up. It's just very consistent. I'm just gonna play for late game. I don't have a strong enough board to advance anything. But you see on the left hand side on the portal, we have 7 stacks in there. It at every 20 stacks it gives you an item. So until late game, it's just an item component. I don't know. I was thinking about selling the Jinx. I was thinking about making 20 if here, but I don't think I can. No, I can't. 2, 4. Yep, can't make it. The math wasn't mathing for me. Couldn't make it. I didn't want to open for it. At least take, at least try to kill some units in here. So I just did a little bit of scouting, see what people were picking up. Didn't really look like anyone's going to contest gunners right now. So I felt pretty good about it. So again, we're going to our battles, knowing that we're going to lose every single one. But if I can get like at least 1 kill off, it would be great. Love doggy thing, doggy work. I'm over going and emote him. He's just laughing at me. My boy just wasn't that strong, so he's just laughing at me. But it's okay, I'm sad. That's okay. We'll get over it. In the end, we beat him. Spoiler. Oopsies. So sharpen enough, whatever. Going on to the next one, hoping for a better shop. So we hit a Poppy too. So I'm thinking taking out the Gunner trait and putting the Bastion trait. It'll just be tankier for now. It'll like, at least guarantee me to get a kill. Sell these kills. I'll just hold one. I'll be 1 off 20. I was just debating if it's even worth it, making the 20 here. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to sell. I think I'm going to keep him. I want to play Gunners. He gives me Gunners. So we'll see what I do here. Question just becomes, am I going to slam this Redemption or not? Or when am I going to slam this? Slamming the Redemption, this if he keeps my front line up a little bit longer so I can actually get kills. So hope I don't slam anything here just because his board's not really weak, but it's a lot of 1 stars, so it might be close if I had slam Redemption. Maybe a little bit closer, would have maybe killed another unit. But this is okay. 2 units, that's really good. Not a bad loss, I'll take it. Open up shop, I see the Warwick, I see a Jace here. So definitely want to grab the Warwick, the Jace. I definitely want to play Gunners. So in the situation, I think definitely playing Jace and Warwick here are my strongest board together. So I should get to that, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I definitely know I'm doing Gunner so far. I'm like, okay, Graves, Aphelios, Jinx, and I want those. Joe Jason gives me 4 Gunners, 5 Gunners. They give my 6 Gunners, and you'll get lucky and grab the Gunner tree. I messed up here. I should have checked the Zon augment, see what it was. But regardless, I should still lose this. His front line's a little weak, but his backline units are pretty strong. Both 2-star Ash and a sticks on my Poppy. I'm hoping that maybe we get lucky and we just kill this Ash. I don't think I do. I do. Awesome. Gets a little close though, and I end up winning, unfortunately. So I put an end to my lose streak here. But at least I have first item grab here. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. This looking situation, definitely grabbing bow is definitely the best option here. So go ahead and grab bow. Playing gunners, so definitely want to get some attack speed online. So I do see this guy is playing gunners as well. So I am contested by one way, but that's not bad. We'll do that. Gunners is not that popular in the PvE. Still a lot of new units on here. So I know everyone's just dying to try their things out. So I'm over here trying to figure out my strongest board again. Definitely got to figure out how I'm going to fit in Zon. So go ahead, grab that Warwick, try to figure it out. Nautilus is an amazing frontline tank, one of like the premier tanks I want to say. I'm debating on dropping Aphelios or not dropping Aphelios just because I know how bad people are saying he is. And I'm just really like trying to figure it out. Technically, dropping Graves would probably make most sense, but in the end, I think I decided, oh yeah, Aphelios is just probably not worth it. Adaptive Implant is the Zon. Not too crazy about that. Was hoping for a Robotic or a Shimmer maybe. But I am going to level here. Gonna level, play the Gravestail. I meant to swap him out for the Jace, just was too slow. Should still be fine. Gonna send the Adaptive. Gonna go ahead and make this Redemption here on Poppy, just because she's gonna be expendable later. And just put the bow on Jinx. Just get some more attack speed. If I remember correct, I think we end up just barely winning this engagement. I think the kill ended up putting a lot more work. But Grace was able to take it out. So it was very close. Ooh, very close. But it win, so now we're win streaking into Krug soon. So we just got one more battle before we continue the win streak. Definitely need to make this change and take out this guy. No. Take wrong guy, Mark. There we go. We went Bilgewater here, but I think Jace is just stronger. Jace Warwick. I think this is a lot stronger. Gives him the Juggernaut trait, makes him a lot tankier. I don't think Twist of Fate's worth playing here unless he was 2-starred. But even then, I don't know if he was still that strong. So going in here, this guy has 3 2-star upgrades already. I have no upgrades except for this Poppy. Emilio is just an amazing 1-star early, and Malzahar got a little buff, so he casts a lot faster. And then Galio's is an insane tank, and so is Swain after the changes. So I'm hoping again, it's one more kill here. I do. And it looks like I'm gonna be able to close it out. I don't think Malzahar's gonna be able to close it out without any items on him. So I'm gonna go into Krugs with a 3-1 streak now. Ideally, I'm hoping to grab some items here that are gonna help me out. Maybe a Rage Blade, help Aphelios ramp up later, plus the pumping up. A better tank on it for Nautilus. Maybe some upgrades. I'm trying to figure out what I want to play here. I'm thinking on the 3D. I'm like, oh, okay, Challenger, Darken. Very great support unit. Sitting on a Graves pair. Sitting on a Twisted Fate pair that I'm considering playing just for Bridgewater. And yeah, let's see what happens. So I had a gold remover start in the beginning, so I'm hoping that this is the start I get a lot of items, but it's looking like I might not. I gotta go to Nico, some gold. I do have a Gensu's in hand now, so that's good. And I got a chest beat. So if I go ahead and make the Gensu's, I'm looking at Titan's Resolve, but I don't think it's really that worth it, so I'm just gonna put the other bow and Jinx again. Just gonna move them all back to like a similar position. So someone did upgrade a unit and they got the 20. So now it gives me another item to select from. I'm looking here. Either Giant Slayer maybe would have been good. I saw some Transfusion players. Chain Vest is a really good option here. Protector's Vow would have been good here as well for Nautilus in the future, just help him cast faster, his knockup with the stun. Or we'll just go for Bramble, just because Nautilus passive gives him more protections based on how many like protection items he has. We're fighting the other guy who's contesting me, Gunners. His items, realistically, they look a lot better than mine. Just the Hand of Justice is on that question. So I feel like I should lose here, but the Bramble Vest slam there was actually was correct here. Seeing with the crit, Bramble Vest really helped me out here. Reduce some of that damage and do a little bit of shockwave damage of magic damage since they've made the changes to it. So here it's silver. I'm looking here and I'm thinking about it. Harmless isn't terrible. Pandora's is pretty good if I wanted to reroll Jinx. I'm sitting on 2 Jinx spares. So I'm thinking about it, considering it. Not sure if I want to do it. Going back to my planner, trying to figure out what I'm trying to run. Again, how am I going to run it? Ever since they changed Gunners, it's a little bit harder to like figure out frontline. So reroll the first one, got Time Titans. Reroll the last one. Bronze Ticket's tempting, but I don't know if I want to reroll Jinx. So I'm deciding if I introduce just Titans or Pandora's. But I'm going to go with Transfusion here, just so I can get value out of it later. I'm win streaking right now, that's fine. Just going to push level, slam the Fury, get the Darken boost, get the Challenger boost, and position something like this. There's no roll knockups right now. There's no jump slams right now, so I'm not really scared of like a Jarve or anything like that. So I'm feeling very safe in this like position. I have a Nico still in hand. I'm not really looking to reroll, so I'm just debating if I want to use it on the Jinx, just to keep my board kind of strong and try to keep this simple. Just because Jinx is a really strong unit with this item, especially with Adaptive, giving me like the power I need right now. It is kind of really helping out right now. So I win. Over 5 streak against 5 gold for the win. We natural Jinx 2 and Nifriti 2. So we got 2 real good upgrades here. And I see the top player got Nautilus too. So that's going to be scary to break through, especially if it's itemized. So I'm trying to decide if it's worth even playing Graves right now over the Juggernaut trait. Decide definitely stick with the Juggernaut trait, which is definitely, I think, a smart call. Holding my 1-star Jays, trying to figure out what's my strongest board here. I could have teched in. I could have definitely tucked in Bilgewater, but the problem is I don't know if it's worth it. So I was looking at the gunner trades, trying to figure out who my gunners are again, even though I've been looking at it the entire time. And if I remember correctly, I think this fight's a win as well. I sell the Twisted Fates and not playing it. Sell the Alawi, not playing it. And I sell the 1 Graves just to make the 50. So going into Carousel on a 6 win streak. I'm sitting on a bow, so I'm looking for maybe double against 2s. People like to run double against 2s on live with Aphelios, but people are saying it's pretty bad now. Now with the gunner trait, it's not as not as strong. So looking at my Zon, thinking maybe the play is actually 4 Zon 2 gunners. Just for the overcharge, see what 4th Zon is. Hopefully it's like something I can use like Shimmer or anything like that. So just gonna go for double against 2s and Aphelios. And then hope for last item to be like Rage Blade, Sundering Bow, anything like that. That's gonna really bring my team make utility because I have no Shred. Final Misfortune 1. So I'm debating if Bridgewater is even worth it again. Trying to reorganize my team in the way it makes me comfortable. Not too sure if it's worth it here, like that. Yep, the 52 never comes out. Juggernaut Bones always stays in. There's an Echo in my shop. Definitely should buy that. Definitely get rid of. Nah, it should definitely cut the Juggernaut trait in. But I guess at this point I'm valuing nothing. I don't even have Rogan, so there's no value coming off just having the Echo in. The Juggernaut trait is probably his best, just because my board was winning already. There's probably nothing wrong with my board yet. So this guy's a Gen 3, but unfortunately for him, Gen 3 is just not that strong. So I'm just able to clear this pretty well, especially with the ramp up. So I'm opting to buy more Juggernauts here that were in my shop. Considering maybe just going for like a 4 Juggernaut lineup as soon as I get Nautilus. Just because Juggernauts get reduction and damage taken, but I'm for some reason really stuck on this Silco. So I happened to find this Aphelios in shop, so Trying to figure it out. What am I playing here now? What is my strongest board? Because I have 4 gunners in hand now. I have 4 gunners in hand. I have Aphelios. I have double Rage Blade Jinx with Adaptive. And I have a 2-star Nifriti in the top left corner, giving me Darken Boost. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-level here. And I'm just debating. I'm just trying to figure out what my strongest board is, honestly, here. So this guy has a really strong board too, 2-star Lari. He found that Silco early, and he has this 2-star Milo. Another really strong unit that just really carries really well here with his stun on his ability. And Silco with the healing. But this redemption is really making Poppy really tanky. So I should be able to clear him, end up winning. A little bit closer than the last fights, but it's not that bad considering that I don't really have that many upgrades, except for the Jinx and the Fruity and the Poppy one. But since it changes the Poppy, Poppy feels like a really good one-cost tank to kind of carry around with for a little bit. So I'm taking Gangplank out of my planning, going back for the Aphelios here. I'm like, okay, definitely playing around the Aphelios. I found him. Going for Nasus, another really good tank for Juggernauts. I'm looking to see, okay, I'm running 3 Juggernauts. I need to drop something. Guess not feeling comfortable to drop our darken friend here. Don't want to drop the doggos, want to keep them together. I go ahead and hit 7 here and sell the hit 7 here. So definitely want to roll and stabilize. I have Dragon Claw here, so it's a really good Nautilus item if I hit. So I buy the Zyla, put her on the board. Not sure why, but maybe I just felt like it might have been necessary. Trying to fix my board around now that I have Rogue active. Alright, taking Rogue out. Taking Rogue out and playing something like this. I want to keep the Challenger and Dazon the Darken. So someone's leveled up. So now I have Spirit Trojan, or I have a Protector's Vow, or Edge of Night. None that I really want. I ended up putting this Nautilus. Thankfully, I grabbed it before I rolled again. That would have been terrible. He's just so popular in Bridgewater, everyone's grabbing him. It would have been terrible to miss out on. So this guy took Recombobulate and got an Aphelios. So now there's more Aphelios up the pool for me. And this tank of his is so tanky with this Dragon Claw. It feels almost impossible to rip out of him. I felt like I was not going to make it. But fortunately I do, and we clean it up. Jinx is putting in so much work. And his adaptive is really helping out with I have no protection shred. So I'm looking at 1, 2, 3. Gift of Fallen is tempting. Salvage Bin and Infusion don't look so good here. So I want to refresh the middle one, the second and last one. Scope Weapons is really good right now. So I'm looking at Scope Weapons really hard. Challenger's Curse is doing nothing for me. And I'm just thinking about it. Gift of Fallen rerolls even some better. Didn't, so Scope Weapons. So I see this Nyla in my shop. I'm thinking, oh, I can put this Nyla here. She's going to have all this range. Because everyone's running these double RCs on her. And she's getting insanely powerful from it. So I'm just going to do a roll down instead. See if I can hit anything. Hopefully the Nautilus too. I hit Jinx too. I could potentially still reroll Jinx. I hit Jace. Hit Warwick. Went to put the Jason as my tank by accident. That would have been terrible. But I go ahead. I board this Nautilus. Thinking Nautilus 1 is definitely better than Poppy 2 and 4-2. And this stage of the game, definitely a lot better. Stronger of a unit here. So you go ahead, hit that knock-up stun. Works out really well for me. And this fight's not close at all. So just looking at my Juggernaut trade, trying to feel my Juggernauts again and see. So I'm definitely considering going 4 Gunners for Juggernauts here. I'm just trying to figure. I definitely want to play around the Son trade for a while though. Definitely keep this Warwick for a while. Definitely want to do Nautilus. Definitely want to do Nasus. They're so good. Nasus with a shred. Nautilus with getting the extra one. Thinking, okay, maybe my 4th Juggernaut is going to be Aatrox. Still for Aatrox. So I hit this Belvis early and I hit this Fiora early. Both super, super strong. But I'm sitting on a Nautilus pair and I have a Nico here. So definitely want to take him out because I want to keep 4 Gunners. Considered it. I definitely want to take advantage of the Rogue trade. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, maybe when I get a few more units on the board, I'll move someone to the back right corner thanks to Scope Weapons. So we're going to sit there and just ramp up and deal some crazy damage here. Looking at Edge of Night, Protector's Vow. No one I really want to build it on yet. Maybe when Nasus comes around, I'll build it, but right now I don't want to. So, yeah, this guy's playing very cool with Bridgewater, it looks like. and his misfortune and Jarvan are destroying me. The cannibals coming to destroy me. My positioning is terrible for this fight. Earlier on in the stages, it would have been fine, but now that we're on 4, and the end of 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, going to 4-5, it's just not worth it. Clumping up the way I am. I definitely need to start considering moving out, but I'm pretty sure this is the only player in my lobby right now in this pool, especially that's even running like a stun unit, like a Jarvan. So I'm not really worried about it. I'm looking at it, looking at the items here. Definitely want to grab the sword. I'm hoping no one grabs the sword. Someone costs sword. This guy's thinking about it, but thankfully he doesn't grab it. I'm thinking a cloak is fine too. I could go for one of the new items they have here. It's just a really good item. They constantly regenerate mana on and put it on Jace. I'm just hoping no one grabs this damn sword. I really need it. So this guy thankfully is AFK. I don't know what he was gonna go for. He might have went for the sword, but as soon as I grab the sword, he moves to the cloak. I thought about adaptive helm. It was definitely an option, but I think the sword is just a lot better. Definitely, it's just so much better. So I go ahead and build it on the Aphelios, and I go ahead and swap it over to him, the items, and I put him in the back right corner this time. Just because I got really messed up that time. I just want to take adaptive implant, and I'm considering just moving off her and just going for the Warwick. Do I do it? Do it. Okay, awesome. So I'm still sitting on this Nico, and I'm still a one touch tank, so I'm hoping I hit this. Yeah. So instead of trying to hit it, I see this guy's doing vertical Bilgewater. I know I'm probably knowing my luck. I'm just not going to hit Nautilus 2 naturally. This guy's also running Nautilus. I'm just not hitting Nautilus 2. Shouldn't look at Nautilus. Just so tanky. So I lose this guy. This guy's running 6 counters. No way I win this one. Looking at the damage count, Phillips did a good amount of damage just because he was out ready away. Finally hit Graves too. So I mean, it's an upgrade. Not maybe not my preferred upgrade, but it's definitely an upgrade I can get behind. Just some scouting, so some 3 stars, seeing some scary boys, see a gangplank. And it's always fun to fight against. Another 4 gunners. So I'm seeing I'm a lot more contested this round for gunners, so I definitely want to play a little bit different. I'm definitely considering, oh, yeah, I definitely want to hit this guy for Bilgewater. The extra damage could definitely be useful here. So I'm considering just looking at it, trying to see the value of it, and I think Bilgewater is a nice little bridge gap trade for me in gunners here, giving some extra damage. So lucky for me is also running Jarvan. I'm keeping my Aphelios to the right, even though he's 1 star. He's also going to get stunned if I'm on this side. There's someone over here. And sure enough, I clear this guy's board. He has no real upgrades on his board, but still a strong board at level 8. Yep, just playing with my Jinx. Very happy I won. I'm like, okay, we'll start win streaking back in. This is a great win streak. So I saw orb drop. Unfortunately, I don't have an orb. I don't know where it went. So I'm like, okay, I missed out on my orb. I really wanted to see what the item was. I think at this point they're completed items now. Let's see. They are. So I don't really see anything I really want to grab here. I can always grab damage items for Zuri. Jinx. Zuri's not here anymore. Sorry. For Jinx, but I'm gonna opt for a tank item. I have Nasus coming in the future, and I want to make sure he's as tanky as possible so my gunners could ramp up and really get their damage. So I'm gonna go Stone Plate. Sell those units I don't need. I have 100 gold, so I should definitely be pushing lower here to like roll for better units. So I'm debating. I'm like, oh, okay, go another redemption or not. I'm putting these items on the Warwick just because he's so tanky, or at least he feels tanky. I'm gonna go to our level. Hit. Playing Bridgewater right now. I'm just gonna roll here a little bit. See if I can hit anything that's interestingly useful. Alright, I found Nasus and I found another Aphelios. I also see the Soko and Sejuani here. Hit the Echo 2. Hit the Aphelios 2. Gonna sell the Twisted Fate. I am not. Alright, so this guy's also running Aphelios Gunners. This one was a little closer. I think Aphelios 2 definitely closes the gap now in my future fights. I'm much stronger. So I saw a unit. I'm gonna grab this Nautilus. Might be just a 3-star him. He's just a good unit. Everyone's running him. So I'm just gonna like deny it as much as I can if possible. And yeah, setting up a bunch of like pairs and stuff like that now. So we got the Aphelios too, great. I see someone has a Gangplank 2 on the back right, bottom right, that's scary. So here I'm looking at getting rid of the Fury and looking for the Juggernaut, but I'm looking for the Zon right now. So I'm like, okay, the Zon is Chemtech. It's not worth it for me. So I take him out, put him back in just to make sure he's getting the Shurima bonus. And I'm looking what to do with Warwick here. Ideally, I should have sold Warwick here and moved the tank items over to Nasus. I have a Warwick 2, I could just play that. And then just look to play the 4 Juggernauts, and any random Juggernauts I came across that would have been fine. So guys, on Alawi, the restart, and she is tanky. Alawi heals with 7% of damage that's done to you, back to herself. And then with Redemption, she's just insanely good unit. So I'm hoping my Aphelios can kill some more units here, but he seems like he's gonna get stuck on her. But somehow we managed to like pull us out. 12k damage. Aphelios is definitely a monster ramping up over here. So I have no shred, and I just come across a Heimer. That's kind of insane. So to think my adaptive, can I put it back on Jinx? I'm gonna style this Warwick. I'm gonna move tank items over to Nasus like I need to. Thinking about Echo, but Nasus is just tankier. I'm just deciding if I want to play Graves in the back just to keep my scope weapons, even though he's playing as a rogue, but just so you can shoot the smoke from further away. Considering selling this Nasus, end up doing it, and I buy this. Buy this Heimer for later in the game. Hitting Heimer here is great. I just want it for the extra shred and burn. I don't have any burn at all. So I give Archangels to the only user of my team, Echo, and this fight is very close. Gangplank 2 is super scary. This ship is super scary, and I barely just clutch it out. So I'm able to start my streak. I'm going in. There are 4 or 5 wins. I'm making my maximum interest. I'm looking at the frog trade, see if there's any worth. I'm just like placing it here. I look at the streamer trade. Streamer trade is definitely worth it here. The darken bonus is definitely worth it here, so I just want to keep it on the board. So I'm looking. Like Harvest is interesting game. Ideally, the goal is another tank item for Nasus. That Warmonk is looking perfect here, but if I can't grab it, I'm trying to decide. Maybe I should go for the Night Harvester for Rogue. Synergizes really well. Procs as soon as they drop back. Would help my Echo kill some more units back there. Or my Greaves whenever he drops back there. So there's Warwick. So I'm still holding these Twisted Fate pair. I'm not looking to play Twisted Fate at all. But I'm definitely looking to swap my board around just so my rogue units will drop in the far back right corner where their carries usually are, just to help me take them out faster. Considering taking out Jinx, but I want the gunner bonus, so I'm putting her back in. Giving me back adaptive to Jinx, even though I think at this point Echo's definitely a better user, so we definitely put in Echo there. Perfect. And I want to swap Echo to the same side as my Aphelios. But either side's fine. So this Ari instantly casts Rogue on Echo, so he drops back there. Unfortunately, not able to take anybody out. Same thing with the Graves, not able to take anyone out. This Bulbous is petrifyingly scary of these items, but unfortunately my Phyllis is going to get stuck on Tarek. So at this point, I really need the Shred. I am getting value on my Transfusion with these loss, but unfortunately it's putting an end to my win streaks, which doesn't feel so great. I'm still holding this Jinx too. I'm still holding this Twisted Fate pair. Don't need this pair at all. So I'm just deciding if I want to sell this Nautilus and the Twisted Fate pair. But I also know everyone's trying to like 3-star him, so I'm like, maybe I'll hold it. So I'm trying to rearrange it so when the Freddy dies, his bonuses drop onto my carries, or just drops on Echo. Someone else hit another Gangplank 2. So everyone here is hitting Gangplank 2, and I am not, and I'm considering playing him for Gunners. So again, we fought this guy last time, and we had a close one. He's really tanky. But we're also really tanky over our two frontline units. I think at this point, Echo's back here doing some work, definitely taking out some kills, thankfully. And we're able to clutch it out here. Spin, doggy, spin. So we found another Jinx. So we're 2 off Jinx 3. So here I was considering maybe it's worth we're selling these and rolling for it. Definitely should have sold them already to stop playing Twisted Fate Bear. I'm gonna sell anything. Think about selling the Jinx. I do. I decided playing Jinx 3 is just not worth it. She's not itemized. I mean, I could take items off of Aphelios, put it on her, but I already have this random bow on her. It just doesn't work. Make sense to me. So I'm grabbing some gold, and completed item. So in this completed item, I'm looking for an item from Echo maybe. Or maybe Everstrong would have been the ideal item. Just give me some shred. I'm lacking it really badly. I just wouldn't have a unit to put it on that's in the front. So thought about Death Cap, but Hand of Justice, give him more life steals to him. I'm gonna go here, and I'm just gonna go for the level up here. Just to play Heimer. I have Piltover, gives me some gold per round. If I start losing some round, I get some big gold. So I'm looking for everyone shred here. I'm looking for a Gnosis 2 upgrade here. Think about Meccano, but I'm like, it's not worth it right now. I want this Gnosis 2 upgrade. I'm just gonna roll it down to 0. I'm already 10. I see this Aatrox, but I'm no longer running the 4 Juggernaut. So I just don't think it's worth it for me. And again, I didn't hit. I didn't hit the Gangplank I was looking for as well. Just to play him over maybe Greaves, maybe play him over the Rogue trait. And this guy has the 2-star Gangplank with Radiant Spear, but luckily my Aphelios moves out the way of the ship and was able to 1v1 him while he was casting. So that was also really close. So these fights are really close. I think the Gnosis 2 upgrade is just gonna like bring the fights in closer into a win. So I got the extra gold from Piltover. I'm just gonna roll it again. Gonna grab an extra shred just to make changes to it. Running 2 shred just seems way worth it here. Bright team comp than the burn. No one's really healing that's here in these last two. These top 3 last 2 opponents. So Heimer 2, Heimer 2 and Gnosis 2 are the only upgrades I really need to hit if I want to guarantee a win. I'm going to move my turret by my Aphelios just because I know my opponent came to my board as scout to move their tank closest to my Aphelios. So knowing that, I'm going to put it there so that way the turret hits the first thing Aphelios hits. I'm going to shred right through this Nautilus. So this Gangplank's going to take out my Echo with that ship. But thankfully, it was just the Echo. Everyone else was doing pretty good. It's going to roll again. See another shred, considering 3 shreds. But it's just not worth it in my heart. Didn't find what I was looking for, unfortunately. And just sitting with my 1 gold. Just gonna look at this guy's board again. It is a very scary board. So as I am, I definitely cannot beat that board without this Gnosis upgrade. Gnosis is just a good tank. I just cannot beat it. And I also see he's 1 off Nautilus 3. So if I can see Nautilus 3 in shop, I want to buy just to contest it. I did beat him last time, so I'm hoping I can do it again. But his Edge of Night drops aggro off Echo, and Echo is not able to drop back as soon as he was last time. So I'm going to lose this fight here really badly. Thankfully, we have HP to play with still, but we are nearing 1-shot death zone soon. So 6-4, Carousel, trying to figure out what I want here. Probably an item for Echo, maybe another Hand of Justice. Honestly, that's probably the best I could do here. It was either that, maybe Nash's would have been okay if I could get some casting off, but Echo items here just seem really strong. So I'm going to head put Infinity next to Echo, put Echo in the back right. Try to rearrange my board a bit. Okay, Echo definitely has to go in the corner. After telling about this jar, he's shipping on my carries. I think I'm putting Jace next to Aphelios, but I think Jace next to turret is definitely a lot stronger. Rolling still for this Gnosis upgrade. I need it really badly. I don't have it. So again, like this is like the only upgrade I can really look for, or Heimer upgrade. Those are like my 2 best upgrades here. Thankfully, Aphelios Echo drops back there, but he still dies. Aphelios is putting as much work as he can, but he's getting stuck on this Nautilus 3. It's just insanely tanky. There's nothing I can do about that. So another bad loss here, dying. Go ahead and buy Meccano. I'm just like, I'm giving up on this Gnosis. Move the turn over. just kind of make it harder for him to jump on anything, especially the turret. They kind of need it to stay up as long as possible, give me some shred. I move Nautilus over a tile, swap the spots. I'm considering moving Echo and Graves here. Now, the problem is because I'm worried that he might move his Gangplank over to the left tile, and I already know Graves is definitely dying. But thankfully, he doesn't do that. And here we go again with round two. So almost similar. This time Echo is able to drop back completely and get two casters off into Gangplank and secure us into the next round, it seemingly seems like. And our Shred is able to sit right on top of Nautilus 3 and just keep bringing his protections down. So Echo was definitely a big helper here. The only reason we were able to live this long, honestly. So I'm just thinking, okay, maybe I might roll here. But I'm going to grab my pistol reward, some more gold. But at this point, gold is perfectly fine. This is what we need. So I'm thinking maybe I might want to consider moving and positioning around a little bit. But I don't think he's going to try to predict that I swap my Aphelios positioning. But I know he's definitely going to think about moving his Gangplank after Echo just went back there and just gave him a 2-hit. Give him a little tap taps. So I got a blue Nico, hit Heimer, hit Gnosis 2, looking for Heimer 2. Wish it was a golden Nico, would have slammed it right away. It's not. I'm looking at the Gangplank. So I go to sell my Jinx for it. The Rogue Chase is doing a lot for me here, so I'm looking to get Spirit Shoujin here just because I have attack speed already. I already have attack speed. I have a lot of attack speed right now. Thanks to Scope Weapons helping up, I just want him to cast as soon as possible. So I'm just going to put this random bow on Heimer just for attack speed for the turn. It scales with him, and he does end up moving the positioning again. So, Game Gangplank is you want to put him right next to your carry just because when he goes right through, there you go. Gives you like these protections like this immunity to like certain crowd control effects, which is going to help you out, especially because Echo's on the same side. So boat's going to go through. Arnos is going to take the boat to the face and save our team. And we're going to go to clutch the first place victory. And yeah, there we go. Spinning puppy. But yeah, guys, that was pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and yeah, let me know in the comments below what I can do better to improve the video for maybe future watches, anything like that.